Aaron Thompson broadcasting the Detroit 24 broadcast for Detroit Tigers home opener. Here is your starting lineup for Detroit Tigers. Batting first, right fielder Matt Vierling. Batting second, playing second base, Andy Ibanez. Playing first would be Spencer Torkelson. Playing left, we got Riley Green. Batting third, we got the new Tiger, DH, Mark Cannon. We got third base, Gio Shishela. And batting eighth, the catcher, Jake Rogers. Batting ninth, the shortstop, Javier Baez. And batting glass, the center field is Parker Meadows. And your starting pitcher is Terrence Scooble. And my pick to stick will be Matt Vierling.
Good Sunday morning. What's up, fellas?
Hello.
What's up?
Scott, what's happening there, pal?
Surprise. What up?
He looks confused.
Who?
Are you there? Can you hear us? All
I
right.
can hear you.
Are you at the school or are you at home?
I'm at school. I had to come down this morning. You know, the glorious part of being a Division III coach is washing uniforms on Sunday morning.
Hey, I don't think Nick Saban washes uniforms.
No, and Nick Saban's also got like 6 national championships or something like that.
All right. Well, before we get started, I just want to apologize. I'm still coughing my you-know-what off, so if I have to mute my mic, it's because I don't want to be blasting out people's eardrums that are listening. So I missed last weekend because I was away. I was invited to Suffolk University for a volleyball match, and just so happens Suffolk University's volleyball coach is joining us today.
Morning, gentlemen. How are we today?
So it was a doubleheader, and they won both games.
Nice.
From what I understand, they are undefeated wearing their military jerseys. Is that correct, sir?
Yep, we wore them twice yesterday also, and so the blue and gold camo is still undefeated.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it is.
So Scott and Suffolk University's volleyball team invited us out to Boston for a little fundraiser, and I was presented this dope little NCAA collegiate volleyball with the ladies' names all over it. And there's a Scott Blanchard on here somewhere.
Did your jersey show up yet?
Yeah, so it just showed up yesterday. I was also presented this bad boy.
Nice.
Super cool.
Dope.
A few months ago, Scott asked me what number I wanted on the jersey. You know, his idea was maybe 84, the year we graduated high school. And I said, well, how about who's your best player on the team? And he said number 17. I said, well, give me number 17 then. So after the game, when I had a moment to start talking, I was telling the story about suicide, and just a simple smile can save a life. And so I said, I started off with, when I was stationed in Alameda, and number 17 gave me a weird look like, what? That's where I'm from.
That is weird.
So she's from just outside of Alameda. So it was very cool. We had a great time. My buddy George and I had a great time. We had some clam chowder and drank a nice cold Sam Adams at Sam Adams. So Scott actually picked us up from the airport, and he's like, all right, so what do you guys want to do? I'm like, hey, we're in Boston, man. Let's go eat some Sam Adams at Sam Adams. He also took us to the Haba, and I was frantically looking around for an iced tea so I could pour it in the harbor and get a picture taken, but I couldn't find one.
Can't take you anywhere, man.
Yes. So, Scott, how's volleyball going this year, man? Are you guys still winning?
Yeah, we're 8-2.
Nice.
We went into the weekend undefeated, and we had a long road trip to upstate New York this weekend. And when we got off the bus, we were not greeted very kindly by the home team. They
Of course.
pumped a mud hole in. And then we bounced back and played very well against Skidmore, lost a pretty tough match, and then we won 2 yesterday.
Nice.
That's pretty awesome. I was pretty worried that I was going to be bored because I knew nothing about women's volleyball. And then when I was at the match, I was like, oh my God, I was like super into it, man. It was awesome. Some of these girls balled out. Excuse me. And
Volleyball's awesome.
so there was one girl up front, man. She just kept sticking it to the other team, man. It was freaking awesome. Like, I don't know the term, so I'm going to say it wrong, but she was freaking awesome. Oh, what was her name?
Sammy Short.
Sammy Short. Oh my God, what a baller!
She's playing better this weekend than she did last weekend. She was named to the All Tournament team up in New York.
Nice. And there's Libero. What? How do you say it?
Libero.
This girl. So she wears a different uniform than everybody else. So kind of, I guess, to signify what her position is. But
she'd sub in and out whenever she wants, right?
Correct. There's an educated man right there.
I've managed women's volleyball in most of my years in high school.
Oh, there you go. That's actually how I got into it.
It's a great sport. Love it.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, it was very entertaining. And her father was a veteran, and he was on site also, so I got to chat with him.
101st Airborne.
Yep, 101st Airborne. So
Nice.
He had a couple of jumps. He actually had a combat jump, man. I was like, man, that was pretty impressive. So, yeah, we just wanted to bring Scott on to thank him for showing us a great weekend. It actually kicked off a very long week. So as soon as I got back Monday, my wife picked me up at 7 p.m. at the airport. It already had people showing up at my house at 8 o'clock. Some of my Navy guys, because they all came in from across the country for a big golf outing that we did, which was awesome. But before we get on to that, Scott, is there anything that you would like to talk about?
No, I just, I'm glad that you, and, I just wanted to make sure that, everything went smoothly for our thing over the weekend, and hopefully the donations worked out for you guys.
Yeah.
I'll sign off if you want me to leave, or if you.
No, you're good, man.
Hang around
Sit
and
on
talk football. I'll
yeah. We're gonna. Hey, after we introduced you, we're gonna get into football and stuff. But so, like I said, the right after I got home from Boston, we went right into golf mode. We had our very first ever golf event. It was the Corporal Diaz Memorial. Corporal Diaz lost his life in Afghanistan, and his wife and son, who was 2 years old when his dad died, were in attendance, and it was pretty good. A great turnout. I think after the tournament, while I was walking to my car, I got stopped by at least 6 different golfers saying, "Man, this was like the best tournament ever that they ever been to," and it's going to be their annual event every year now. So, which was pretty awesome because it was our first event. First golf event. And I'm not even a golfer. And George Simpson and we nailed it. I can't even say how proud I am of the event. Not only that, it brought in $9,200. It was like actually brought in about $16,000, but after all the bills were paid, we pocketed put in the bank $9,200, which was amazing. When we first started planning this, we're hoping to get 10 teams because of the first event. And everybody's like, no, first event, you're only going to get 10 to 12 teams tops. And then you just build from that, which I would have been fine with 10 teams and not making any money. But it's more important to get the word out. You know what I'm saying? So if I had 10 teams times 4, that's 40 people I get to talk to after the event. Not only did we smash those numbers, we got 23 teams and pocketed a little over $9,000. So, like I said, people were just like, "This is amazing." I stopped by and because somebody wanted a jersey, so I stopped by the next day to wrap that up. And he literally told me, he goes, "Richard, I can't tell you enough how awesome this event was." He said, "People playing golf events for a living. And the one that you put on was far superior than any of them that I've ever been to. And you work full time, you have a nonprofit and 2 podcasts, and you still did a better job than any golf event I've ever been to. And I was like, man, that's quite a compliment right there,
Good
man.
job.
Great job,
amazing.
Richard.
And I spoke for a little bit after, and I got pretty emotional. I presented a plaque to the Diaz family, and I'm pretty sure there was a few people crying there. I told them that's why I was wearing sunglasses, because I didn't want to. I want people watching me cry as I'm handing this lady a plaque.
Multiple purposes.
But it was great. It was a great week, and I told my team, okay, that one, okay, it's just like sports. Okay, celebrate this for the day, but guess what? Tomorrow's a new day. Let's move on and build off of this. Put in the rearview mirror. As Scott probably knows, when he gets a big victory, and probably have to, bring the kids down to earth.
Yep.
That was great, but let's build off it. All right, so sorry again, man. This freaking pneumonia kicked my ass, man. So last weekend obviously wasn't here, so you guys, I watched a little bit of the show. Great job, you guys. You guys did well without me here, which is pretty easy. All you gotta do is hit the record button and just start talking.
Yeah.
So you guys want to start with the MLB first, since this is the first thing on the list. The Detroit Tigers dropped one yesterday, but the night before they had a combined no-hitter going into the 9th inning, and the 27th batter hit a triple, and then the next batter was out, so it took 28 batters. And the Tigers are continually doing things that nobody expected them to do. I think they're back to are they at 3 or 3.5 games out right now?
2.5.
2.5.
Minnesota lost last night too.
Oh, they did lose. Okay, so now they're 2.5 games out with about 15 games left. So, but they have a tough schedule. I believe they
Seattle.
They have to wrap up with the O's here. Then I believe they still have to play the Yankees, right?
They play the O's again.
No, it's Orioles, Royals, White Sox.
No, it's Orioles, Rays, White Sox.
Orioles. So they have a real shot at.
No, wait, hold on. They do play the Orioles again.
Yeah, we play the O's again at the very end. Of
Yeah,
the
you play
in Baltimore.
You play the Royals after this, and then you play the O's again, and then the Rays, and then the White Sox.
Yep.
So you end off with the White Sox.
Yeah. So hopefully we have it wrapped up before then. But
I mean, I just got to say, this is unbelievably remarkable what these no-name pitchers are doing. Like,
yeah,
I watch a lot of baseball, and I don't know any of these dudes. Not a single one of them. Montero the other night had a 27-out complete game, one hitter. Yesterday, I mean, they've lost 2 straight Tarek Skubal starts, and then he's not winning, but the team is still winning, and that's just a testament to what Federer and Scott Harris have done. And I mean, if AJ Hinch isn't in the conversation for manager of the year, that's one of the biggest snubs I've seen in a long time. What he's done with this, I mean, basically you have 2 starters and 3 bullpen days, and he's rolling out wins against good teams.
Yeah, and what they have like $60 million to play with.
Yep.
So this team is like Eric said, man, it's a bunch of nobodies on this team, but somehow they're winning, and they're not just winning; they're beating number one teams that are sitting in the number 1 spot. It's amazing what they're doing.
And regardless if they win, if they make the playoffs or not, this has been a successful, great year for the Tigers.
Yep. When's the last time the Tigers have played a meaningful baseball in September? A decade ago. I mean, it's been a long time.
Yeah.
So hopefully they build off this and do something with it next year. But they always seem to start the first half of the season really slow.
Yeah, it's the cold. It's hard to play baseball in Detroit when it's 35 degrees and snowing.
Yeah, for real. But I don't know. I think are the Red Sox still in contention?
Yeah, they're
They're
like
still-
They're 3 out,
yeah, and then the Mariners are
3.5.
Yeah.
Yeah. Red Sox are 3.5.
Yeah,
And you talk about no-name pitchers. I mean, our sports radio people don't even know who's pitching for the Red Sox. They're like, where? They just called him up from Worcester, and he's going to start tonight against the Yankees.
Yeah, very similar to here in Detroit. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Speaking of Red Sox Yankees, I think they were playing this weekend. Did you guys see Garrett Cole walked Rafael Devers with nobody on
one
base?
out and nobody on.
Yeah. Yeah, the
I
internet.
don't blame him. He hits him well.
Devers is like one of the only batters in the world that, for whatever reason, seems to own Garrett Cole. I don't know
Yeah,
what it
he
is.
hits Cole really well. Well, Devers
Yeah.
is a great hitter.
Yeah,
And he
the
has
internet
a lot of
eating
pitchers.
Garrett Cole alive, though.
He's
Absolutely eating him
a
alive.
solid pitcher. I mean, hitter, Devers. I like him a lot.
Yeah, and Tarek Skubal, not only is he's leading the American League, but I think he's still leading the entire MLB.
Yeah, and Triple Crown, I believe so.
The Triple Crown, yeah, which is amazing. He should win MVP for both American League and National League.
Oh, come on! They already gave the National League MVP out, and it's going to what's his name out at the Dodgers.
Yeah.
Shohei.
Yeah.
So I was watching SportsCenter this morning, and they said that Shohei, there's a small percentage that he's going to pitch in the playoffs this year.
I could see
Yeah, I
him
saw
coming
him. He
in
was thrown
relief.
off the mound the other day. He's just about back.
Yeah.
That's
Yes,
wild.
he is
crazy.
definitely a generational player right there.
The Braves and Mets are going back and forth at it now.
Season.
Yes, and I see on the show notes that Eric so graciously put together. The Padres have slashed their payroll by $90 million this offseason, and now are just 3.5 games back of the Dodgers, who spent $1.4 billion.
Can't buy
I love it.
championships. Can't buy
Yeah,
championships.
I love it when some
Nowadays.
team like that, pushes the $1 billion team. That's mainly why nobody likes the Yankees except for John. Just write that big fat check, man.
Championships.
Oh, the Dodgers are doing it. The Dodgers are way out of control the way they're doing it. I mean, it's
Well,
just
they're not winning either. They've won one.
no. I know they're not
Yeah.
winning. That's the thing. That's
If you pay that money, I mean, we're in the same boat. You got to win.
Yeah.
And it's
win.
blank check. They just have
Yeah.
a blank check.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean,
So I'd love to see
the
it.
Dodgers have had some bad luck. Yamamoto has been hurt almost all season, and they paid him $300 million or something. So that's a big chunk and a big time star that's been hurt most of the year. So, to be fair,
yeah.
Yeah.
Who's the owner of that? Isn't that like the Time Warner Group is part of the owners of that? The Dodgers.
yeah, Magic John. It's that group. Like Magic Johnson's in there, and a few other
Big names.
celebrities.
Well, if you want to know how the Red Sox are ever going to do, all you have to do is check the payroll for Liverpool, because it's the same ownership group. And when the Red Sox were really good, Liverpool was bad. And now that Liverpool is really good, the Red Sox are.
Money's gone to Liverpool.
That's the Fenway. That's the Fenway group that LeBron James is part of. So Roush Fenway Group. They
See,
also own Roush Racing. So
it's a good thing I didn't go to Fenway. I don't want LeBron James getting any of my money.
Why'd you even have to mention LeBron, Scott?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I hate him as much as anybody else.
Wow.
You're getting rich and triggered over here.
Okay, I promise I won't go off the deep
He'd be
end.
very disappointed to learn that half of the girls on his favorite volleyball team wear LeBron's shoes to play it.
Yeah.
So
Of course.
Because they're smart.
The NCAA, man, the University of Michigan looks like trash.
Why is it the first team you got to pick on, dude?
I don't know, because they look like garbage,
I
man.
mean,
And to be fair, it's the first. It's the
Yeah,
first team
go
in
after
my-
Florida State or something.
they
yeah,
start
I, would
with,
just say, I would think Florida State was
That's
in the
gotta
top
be first
10
on
is
Florida
currently.
State.
I was going to go with Florida State, but
golly.
I
Yeah,
mean, Florida
only-
State scored 12 whole points at home yesterday against Memphis.
It's
Come on.
Memphis.
I saw something. They paid him like $1.4 million to come play in Tallahassee, and they still lost.
Yeah, that was what happened to Notre Dame last week.
Yeah.
Not only
Yeah,
did
Yeah,
we
we're talking about that. Good about that.
Speaking of bringing up touchy subjects,
Yeah.
what, Notre Dame?
Yeah.
He's a big, Eric's a big Notre Dame guy.
Oh, I'm
we've
sorry.
moved on from that week.
Yeah,
Yeah, we talked about it last week. Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't here last weekend, so I
Yeah,
gotta
you missed
make
it,
sure
so too bad.
Yeah, not to beat on
That's what you
Michigan,
get.
but man, that quarterback situation looking bleak.
Oh, it's horrible.
Terrible.
Yeah, it's going to be a rough year. We only have one coach return, and then it's an entirely new coaching staff except for one coach. And then our whole starting roster, except for our running back, is gone, basically. So,
And Edwards isn't looking great. Like he's not looking
No,
like
no,
he plays really well in big games and then just regular season games.
I don't even know if it's that, but
He's the only player they have. They key on him.
yeah.
I mean, you know,
Yeah, so that kind of puts in a perspective, though. Like, how does teams like Georgia and Alabama continually churn out these powerhouses?
Because
So like a team like Michigan
gods.
cannot.
Michigan's
I mean-
recruiting is not even close to the level of Georgia.
And
Northern
Georgia
Alabama.
almost lost to Kentucky yesterday.
That was a close game last night.
13-12.
Yeah. Georgia
Well,
was messing
you know, there's a lot of stability at Georgia and Alabama. So, I mean,
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of college football, anyways.
your favorite team's coming to Boston next week. Michigan State's coming
Michigan
out to play
State.
Boston
Yeah,
College.
I saw that. I was
Did
just
you have
looking
to
at the
think about who
schedule
your
this
favorite
morning.
team was?
What'd you say?
I feel like Richard
Mich-
had to stop and think about who his favorite team was for a second.
No, I saw that they were going to Boston College. I thought he was being a smart a-hole and giving me some crap team.
No.
Like LeBron was showing up to Boston.
Yeah. The NCAA LeBrons.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
NCAA LeBrons.
But so the Spartans only need 3 more wins for a bowl game, which is going to be a tough sell. That they're not very good either. So the reason why I hate college football is because all these powerhouses, they play shit teams, and it's a blowout. I hate that. I'd much rather watch football on Sundays.
Like the Tennessee game last night.
Yeah, what was that, like 60
71.
71-0.
That sucks.
Yeah, I think the transfer portal and NIL and the 12-team playoff kind of ruined it for me. Like you could flip these kids for a car. You know,
Yeah,
they don't really care about their school or I don't know. It's just kind of soured for me. And I used to love college football. But
No, I'm not opposed to the NIL, but they have to do something about the transfer portal, man.
no, I'm not saying like these kids should be paid, but when some of these kids are making more than the professional athletes, like they got to put some salary cap or something. I don't know if Scott is different.
Well, I think what happened because the NIL and the transfer portal happened at the exact same time, and it was just yaha time. You know, it's like, oh, we can give them money. Well, you jump in the portal, we'll give you $1 million. Okay, I'm out of here. So
Yeah. Case in point.
Wasn't the beauty of the college football, at least for me, was watching these kids be 4 or 5 star recruits from high school. You go there, you sit a year or two, and then you blossom, and you get to watch these kids grow up, and you don't get to do that anymore. Like, take Notre Dame, for example. They're buying their quarterback every year. It's a new guy every year.
Yeah. I think Ohio State's payroll is up to like $20 million right now. Probably.
yeah, if they don't win it this year, come on. I mean,
Yeah. So I'm not opposed to paying these kids,
Oregon,
but man.
Bob Knight gave Oregon a blank check for NIL.
Yeah, they should definitely do something with the transfer portal, man.
And these kids don't have to sit out anymore. Like it's unlimited.
Yeah.
You can just do whatever you want to do. And that really soured it for me.
Yeah, it really soured it for me too. Like I think they're ruining college football. I don't really watch it anymore.
Not only that, you got to think about how many of these kids literally just came from a nothing situation, all from $1 million to sign.
And you hand them $1 million.
Yeah.
But what are they going to do? What
Yeah.
would you have done with $1 million at 17, 18 years old?
Yeah,
Because I
sure.
wouldn't have done the right thing. That's
No.
for sure.
Absolutely. I mean, you have college kids rolling up to class in Rolls Royces now and wearing, $100,000 watches on their wrists. It's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, the NIL kind of reaches all over the place. Suffolk University has an NIL club that the athletes can join, and any NIL money comes in, they divide it up amongst all the athletes that are in the club. They don't get a lot. They have like $25 every couple of weeks or something like that. But it's
Right.
a
It's good
burrito
extra.
after class, or
Yeah.
So,
Right, and that's fine. I'm not saying these kids shouldn't get money, but you shouldn't be making more than professionals. Like you shouldn't
Right.
have
Yeah.
a
Get paid
$1
more than the
million.
coach.
Right.
Yeah, they were trying to get. I had heard a rumor that they were trying to keep. Who's the big receiver from Ohio State that just came
Marvin
out?
Harrison.
Marvin
Jr.
Harrison Jr. And they're like, "Hey, we'll pay you more than what your first contract's going to be in the NFL this
This is
Yep.
it. And what if he, like, I don't know, I'm just saying, for example, Alabama would have been like, hey, we'll give you double that, which they could.
Yeah.
And then he just goes to Alabama. Like, these kids don't care about the university. They don't.
And that's the one thing I like about Nick Saban. I guess that's why he left. He's
Yeah.
the transfer portal, the NIL. I just can't handle it anymore.
Exactly.
And it's not even recruiting. It's just money. You're buying. You're just buying.
Dabo Sweeney still refuses to take anybody out of the portal, and now, their situation is, tenuous at best.
Yeah,
It's an interesting approach.
Yeah.
Interesting approach for sure. But,
Right. The NFL, we didn't get a chance to talk about the Lions and the Rams because it was a night game last Sunday, but the Lions looked really good. Then they looked really bad. And then they went into overtime. Thankfully, the Rams lost the flip, and the Detroit Lions just put their big boy pants on and rammed it down their throat. And Montgomery looked like a hero out there, and just did they even pass in overtime? They just literally just ran consecutively, marched down the field, and scored a touchdown. It was amazing.
Yeah, it was a punch in the mouth. It was a statement.
It was very much a statement. And the video that I saw of your buddy jump up and screaming made the entire season worthwhile giving these veterans tickets, because that was freaking amazing, man.
And how lucky was he to get the score in his end zone too?
Yeah.
Like, it was perfect.
Yeah,
Perfect.
I think I said something to him too. I was like, man, not only did the Lions won, they won facing you.
Mm-hmm.
That was awesome, man. I love that. We had a little snafu this morning. The person that had the tickets, actually, there's going to be, we have 4 tickets, but the one guy that had tickets had to back out last minute this morning. That's why I was going to reach out to you, but some Marine finally stepped up and took the tickets. So
Yeah, I'd rather a veteran go. That's what we're doing here. So.
Yeah, but if there's ever last minute tickets like that, I'd rather I don't want empty seats, so I'm all for you and your dad or you and your brother going to the game at last second.
But yeah,
fortunately, it worked out.
Yeah. Give them to the veterans. That's what we're doing here.
Yeah. But I posted on social media, and nobody was. People are liking the shit out of the post, but nobody was like, "Hey, me." So I was like, "Quit liking the post. Just say you want the damn tickets, man." I'm down to like a couple hours here.
Right.
So it worked out. We got somebody in the seat. So we have a Dearborn police officer and a Marine veteran going to be sitting next to each other.
Nice. Very cool.
I actually reached out to the retired police chief and asked him for some recommendations. And he sent me this lady who works second shift. So hopefully she and this Marine have a good time. Hopefully she doesn't have to arrest the Marine. But the football game was awesome. I was super stoked to watch it. I just sat in my room all day watching football all day because I was in Boston, and my buddy George was like, "Hey, I'm going downtown. Let's go walk around." And I was like, "Dude, I've been hacking my brains out. There's no way in hell I'm going to walk another few hours." So I just sat in my room and watched football all day, and it was amazing.
Nice.
Just a couple more things about that game. Jamison Williams has arrived.
Yes, for real. Like St. Brown, what St. Brown have like 6 yards at the end of the day?
Yeah.
Jamison Williams just freaking man, he was awesome. So the two, like there's a bunch of bright spots there. Anal zone, that first tackle, holy hell. Holy hell.
Yeah, anal zone has arrived too. We're not calling
my God
anymore.
Matthew Stafford threw the ball out to the flat, and anal
Lit
zone
him
was
up.
right there and just freaking ate that dude up, man.
Arnold had a nice game for his first game. He
Yeah,
really did.
So I sent a meme out earlier. It wasn't really a meme, it was just a statement. And Branch told Arnold, hey, listen, the stadium is going to be louder than Tuscaloosa. And Arnold didn't believe it. And as soon as he showed up to the field and they were out on the field before the game even started, he looked at Branch and said, holy hell, it is louder than Tuscaloosa. I was like, hell yes, son. It's a big time here. Like when you're selling out preseason games and they're false starting because of the noise in a preseason game, you know that Detroit is a buzz.
Mm-hmm.
Can I ask a question?
Going to be
What
a
is
problem.
the card that they wave with the 3 on it? Is that everybody asking him to take the field goal as opposed to?
No, it's just the third. It's a third down card. Big play.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like your idea, though, Scott.
I think
yeah.
I think they might need that.
There's a couple of times last year.
Maybe we should get that implemented.
He went for it again on 4th and 1 Sunday night, and I was like, oh my God, here we go again. He did not learn anything. Fortunately, they got the first down, but
so this week
first
is
down every time, man.
When he misses
you just got to roll with it. Like that's him. He's gonna get it, and he's not. Like,
yes.
But you guys say that every time until he doesn't get it, and then you guys are like, what is he thinking?
I'm always like, don't leave. If you're in field goal range, take the points, man. I hate that.
I mean, every situation is different, but I feel like he gambles too much.
Oh yeah.
Well, he's a degenerate.
The degenerate gambler. I see what you did there. I like it. I see what you did there.
You live by it and you die by it. Like you can't be mad. You know what you're gonna get. Like you can't be. That's him.
I'm all for it. It's how I play on Madden, man. We don't kick around here.
Yeah, I'm mad and I'm all for going for a 4th down every play. But damn, this is real life shit.
We don't kick around here, man.
Man, I mean, he's toying with my emotions here, man. It's taken me 58 years to get to this point where I can actually watch football and enjoy it. You
gotta have confidence in your team.
Like I told my wife on Sunday, we're living in the days that I've been dreaming about. Like, let's just enjoy it. Let's go.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah,
we've been dreaming about these days. We've been dreaming.
Decades ago, my grandfather told me, Richie, pick a new team. They're never going to win it for you. And I was like, damn it, Grandpa, I wish you were alive right now.
Same with my grandma. Same.
Like, let's go, man. This is amazing. Now I know what Scott Blanchard feels like during watching sports.
Well, Mike, I told Rich when he was out here, my kids have no idea what losing at sports even means. I mean, they were born, one of them's 25, one of them's 22, and they've seen, 2 Celtics championships, 6 Super Bowl championships, 4 World Series championships, and a Stanley Cup. And one of them the other day was, the Patriots are terrible. I'm like, dude, you have no idea how lucky you have it. You're not allowed to say that for another 10 years. So,
exactly.
You guys got 6. You can never say that.
I know. Well, I mean, they just goes like, but they're always in the Super Bowl. I'm like, yeah, shut up. And speaking of them, they're surprising that they won last weekend. They beat the Bengals. So they kind of wheeled out that. I mean, they're playing hard-nosed football. They run the ball and they play defense. They practiced in pads more than any team did this summer. So I think they can beat Seattle today, but they're not going to be quite the pushovers everybody thought they were going to be.
Yeah, I had the Bengals in my Survivor League last week, so I'm already out.
So there's a lot of people that had the Bengals in the Survivor League.
Yeah, that was a great one. Week 1.
Week 1. Well, at least you don't have to follow it anymore.
Yeah.
The Seahawks are 3-point favorites over the Patriots right now.
They got a couple of injuries, and I don't know how they're a 3-point favorite. They're a West Coast team playing a 1:00 game on the East Coast, so that does not generally go too well.
Correct. And Did you guys talk about the 49er getting shot last weekend over a watch?
Ricky Pierce saw? No, I don't think so.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, this dude I think he was just walking around in San Francisco, and some dude wanted his watch, and he was like, "No, you ain't get my watch." And the guy shot him. Man, a little scuffle, and got shot. And this is I think was he the first round pick the 49ers grabbed?
I don't know if they had a first round pick.
It was their first pick, whatever.
Yeah,
round.
he
It was their regardless. It was their first pick. Yeah. So San Francisco, man, this place is it's a lot like Chicago, where you're not allowed to you're not allowed to be mean to the thugs.
Can't defend it.
So
What about Tua?
yeah,
Yeah.
Tua,
That boy needs to retire. He's gonna die.
yeah,
Yeah,
I agree. I
not
don't
looking
think it should
good.
be left up to him.
I missed it, and I don't really want to go back and look at the replay. I fell asleep Thursday night, but I heard like his fingers got locked up again, and he was just like a
It's the
board
same
again.
Well, the question
Yeah,
is, did he
I don't think it
continue?
was
He
as
had
bad
the
as
first
other.
down.
What was that, Scott?
He had the first down. Why didn't he just slide?
You need
know,
to slide, yeah.
And then and it was a clean hit, but it's like, dude,
Wasn't it DeMar Hamlin that?
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna say.
it was.
Ironically, it's DeMar Hamlin that hit
What
him.
if he went down at the same time?
oh my God.
Jesus. Yeah, man.
Scary
Hopefully his team is just like, dude, you got enough money, man. Just retire before you're dead. Like you're gonna be sitting in a wheelchair in
Go
a
do
corner
what the
drooling
rest
on
of us
yourself.
dream about. Just sit at a nice house and hang out with your family for the rest of your life.
Yeah, he's 26 too. Like,
Yeah.
bro, you
man,
got
enjoy
so
it.
much life left.
Go invest some of that money and you'll be straight. Your kids will be straight.
Yeah.
What's he got? He's got he's had 3 or 4 concussions in the NFL.
Yeah,
At
he sat
least
out most
3.
of the
It's
last
just his
year.
reactions to them. They're getting worse, and he's
Yeah.
got severe reactions. It's going to kill him if it
And-
hasn't already.
And you don't know how many he had at Alabama. You
Yeah.
know, so,
Yeah,
I mean,
there's no
In
telling.
high school.
True. Yeah.
He's had 4 in the NFL, and they've all been publicly televised, and you can tell. And this one was bad. It wasn't as bad as that one where his fingers locked up on TV. Was it last year or the year before? That one was terrible.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. 2 years ago. That one was rough, man. That
Yeah.
was rough to look at. So you guys want to go around and pick the Lions game today?
Well, I mean, I think you know the 3 out of the 5 already.
So we just asked John.
Yeah.
Lions Buccaneers there, buddy.
what's the line?
I'll go Lions. I mean, Baker
The
Mayfield.
line is
looked-
7, I think.
7.5 now.
7.5 for the
Yeah,
Lions.
Baker looked good last week, but
Oh, it's
Lions
up to
look
8.
better.
It's up to 8.
Lions look sharp.
Oh, it is
That's
up
the
to 8.
difference. His Lions look sharp. Looks like they can adapt to whatever any team throws after them.
there's some injuries on the Buccaneers defense too.
What do you think, John? You think the Chargers can handle the Panthers today?
It's when you put confidence in them when they disappoint you.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
I mean, I hope so. It would be last year. I thought we were going to start off 2-0 because we had like somebody and then the Titans, and then I went to the Titans game.
Yeah, I
and we
remember
lost
that.
in overtime, and it started raining, and I was just like,
remember that.
whatever. And now
Yeah.
this year we're 1-0, going to play the Panthers, looking for
In
2-0,
Carolina.
maybe, but you know
In
what? We'll take
Carolina.
it one step at a time.
Another West Coast team going to play on the East Coast at 1 o'clock.
Yep.
It's tough.
Yeah.
Chargers are 5-point favorites.
It's a first.
How did the freaking Titans lose to the Bears last weekend, man? That was
blew
a
that.
god awful
Ooh.
game, man.
Will
Will
Levis had
Levis
the most
is why.
embarrassing game.
Will
of his
Levis
life,
is what
yeah.
happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
their special teams. So
Jesus,
Yeah.
man. The
They
Titans.
didn't even. The Bears didn't even score an offensive touchdown. They came back down 17.
Right.
Like,
I think the only points that Caleb got were 2 points, right?
was a 2-point conversion on the defensive touchdown. Yeah.
Yeah.
He had like 93 passing yards.
He's
Yeah.
going to be the best of all time, though. Just ask anybody in Chicago.
Just one
Yes.
yard at a time.
Eric posted something on Facebook. It was like the worst QBR in a number 1
Yeah,
Pick
it's like
debut.
Yeah, I forgot
like
exactly what it was.
1970 or something.
And NFL memes on Facebook had posted that he's the only quarterback to come back from down 17 points in the week. Like, no, he didn't come back from
I
17
saw that.
points. His defense came back from 17 points.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
saw
really
something else
trash.
interesting. Jamison Williams had 134 yards of offense on Sunday, and the Chicago Bears had 148 combined.
They play the Texans. They play the Texans tonight. It's the night game
That'll be a good
That'll be
game, I
rough.
think. I think that'll be a pretty good game.
in Houston.
That's gonna
Texans
be
Yeah,
are
we'll
supposed
see.
to be good though, man.
Yeah, Caleb Williams is a clown.
Yeah, spend a little more time with your playbook, a little less time painting your nails.
Exactly. Oh my God,
Not
Saints.
that there's anything wrong with that. I'm just,
Yeah,
Yeah, you can study your playbook while you're doing that.
that's true.
I
Yeah.
Walker
guess.
trying.
Maybe his
I
like
guess he just doesn't study the playbook.
the nail polish got on his playbook and he can't
Yeah,
read
he
it.
can't read the plays properly.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
He's got a professional page flipper, I'm sure.
Hey,
Yeah, absolutely.
The Saints and the Cowboys. Who you guys got there?
Cowboys.
Dallas, no brainer. Yeah.
Yeah, Cowboys.
I'm going with the Saints. I'm always going to go against the Cowboys, even though they're going to win this game.
The Saints did look good last week, but they played the Panthers. So
Everybody looks good.
Yeah,
when
who-
they play
who
the
knows?
Panthers.
The Raiders. The Raiders at Baltimore.
Yeah, Baltimore for sure.
Baltimore.
Yes, 100% Baltimore. The Giants at Washington.
oh
football
man,
team.
This might be the worst.
Is that even considered a football game?
Yeah.
Washington,
Washington's actually favored
I thought college played yesterday.
1.5.
1.5 points.
Washington puts Daniel Jones on the bench for the rest of his career.
That'd be nice.
I could see it
I'll go with
happening.
New York.
I don't think they're going to hurt him. I just think they're
Yeah.
He might hurt himself.
Daniel Jones is that
Daniel,
bad.
Daniel Jones is going to do Daniel Jones things.
Yeah, he might hurt himself.
The Chargers at the Panthers. I think we already hit
You
that
already
one.
know.
We already know.
Chargers.
The
Chargers.
Chargers.
John Harbaugh or Jim Harbaugh is gonna be able to do his little routine with
Undefeated season.
Herbert now. Herbert didn't let him do his routine.
running
Undefeated
the
season,
table.
huh?
Everybody's going to be talking about the Chargers at the end of this season.
Could you imagine
good way.
17-0 in the Super Bowl?
And lose to the Lions.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Richard would love that.
Oh shit.
That's hilarious.
Yes. The Colts at the Packers.
Colts.
Colts.
Yeah, all day long Colts.
Yeah.
Jordan
Malik-
loves.
Yeah, Malik Willis is not a.
Who's a better quarterback, Malik Willis or Daniel Jones?
God, give me Daniel Jones. Honestly, I don't know. Those 2 snaps for the end of the Green Bay game for me, Malik Willis were atrocious. It looked like he didn't even know how to handle a football.
Right, this next one is pretty perplexing to me. The Niners at the Vikings, and the Niners are only a 4-point favorite.
No
4.5,
Christian
actually.
McCaffrey, right?
Is
Yes,
he still out?
they put him on IR.
A couple weeks.
Oh, they put him on R.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think.
But
the
still,
Vikings
man,
are-
that
They're
still
a
doesn't
good
make
early
any
season
sense. I'm
team.
looking at the
Vikings looked
Niners in
really
a
good last week.
blowout.
Vikings looked really good. Niners looked still pretty good. Their backup running back just went
I'll
in
go
and still
Vikings.
did the
Let's
same.
see what
Yeah, didn't
happens.
their backup running back run for over 100 yards last year?
Yeah.
He had like 120 or 130 and 2 touchdowns, I think.
Jets have a good defense too.
Was Christian McCaffrey on the Madden cover last year?
No, this
Ooh.
he's this
That-
year's,
that-
but I don't. He's been hurt. He's been on the Madden cover for the past 7 years.
he's
Then,
always
yeah.
there.
I just
He
looked
was
at like
the
an
Madden
Instagram
cover.
post. He's got Josh Allen was 24. McCaffrey's 25.
So it's just hitting early, huh?
Yeah,
Josh Allen's been better.
The Madden
Yeah.
curse.
Looks like he's having a good year this year.
Eric Hopper says the Madden curse.
yeah.
Yes.
I don't know. He's been Christian McCaffrey's missed like 6 games over the past 6 years at
He
least.
misses games all the time.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a Madden curse per se, but maybe.
Or just he's injury prone.
So
Tom Brady was on the cover of the Madden one time, and he clearly never caught the curse. So
Yeah, that was the year before he.
Yeah, but it's
Tore
Tom
his
Brady,
ACL.
man.
Tom Brady was it?
I think so.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
Madden curse.
What about Gronk
Yeah.
with his Madden curse?
The next game's pretty interesting because somebody suggested that I put a team in this city because it's a huge military city, the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Cleveland Browns are visiting Jacksonville, and Jacksonville's only 3 points, a 3-point favorite.
Jacksonville looked rough last week.
They did.
Cleveland didn't look good either, though.
Yeah, Cleveland looked just as
It's
bad.
true.
I think that's
Cleveland
tough.
played a much better team, though.
I think that's Jacksonville and give the points. There's a lot more going on in Cleveland than just Deshaun Watson.
Yeah,
Yes.
for sure.
I heard he's getting sued again, but this time it's a civil case. They're going after his money now.
Free Willy.
Yep. Okay, this one's for you, Scott. The Seattle Seahawks at New England Patriots.
I'm taking the Patriots outright.
Seattle's 3.5 now.
Yep.
Yeah. Spreads 3.5 Seattle.
It's going to be one of those slogging games like 16, 14, 16, so
Is
I don't know.
Kenneth Walker's out? Yeah, give me New England.
Yeah, I like the Patriots.
Yeah, I like the Patriots also. Oh,
Wow, did that hurt to say, Rich?
Yes, it did. Well, Tom Brady's not there anymore, and they suck now. So I can.
Yeah,
I can
he's still
go
there.
back
He's
to-
broadcasting the games very poorly, but
Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah,
Can we talk
That's
about
pretty
the
bad.
facial plastic surgery he's had? He looks like a
what do you
ghoul.
expect?
man.
Bro doesn't even know what to do with his money anymore.
The here's another barn burner. The Jets at the Titans.
I'm going Jets.
Yeah,
Jets
Jets.
all day long.
Yeah.
All right, this is interesting. The Rams at the Cardinals, and
the
what the hell
line's
is-
even.
what does PK mean?
That means it's
Pick 'em.
even. Yeah.
Pick them.
Pick
They're-
'em.
They're even. How are they
Did
even?
you hear what the quarterback for Cardinals? What the hell's his name? I can't remember his name.
Kyler Murray.
Kyler
Kyler
Murray.
Murray. Did you hear what he said in his post-game presser about not throwing the ball to Marvin Harrison Jr.?
Oh, yeah, it's not my
to get
job.
the ball. Well, actually, it is. You're the quarterback. It is your
Yeah, who else is going to
Yeah.
get it to him?
That is exactly what your job is. Yes, I'm going to go Rams all day long on that one.
Yeah, I'll go Rams.
Yeah, for sure.
First
Yeah,
of
I'll
all, they're pissed because they lost in overtime last weekend too. So
Yeah, but don't they have some injuries?
They do.
So like Puka Nacua is out, and I think somebody else is out for them too.
I'll tell you what, Matthew Stafford, he played awesome last weekend. He outplayed Jared Goff for sure. And he's been in the league for what, 17, 18 years now? That dude's a monster.
Yeah.
I love him, even though he left Detroit, so fuck him, but I still love him. Oh, Lord. The Steelers at the Broncos. This should be an easy one.
Steelers.
Steelers
Yeah,
all day
Steelers.
long. The Bengals at the Chiefs. There's another no-brainer.
Chiefs.
Chiefs, obviously.
I don't know.
And then,
Burrowhead. I don't think Joe Burrow's lost an Arrowhead, right?
Yeah, but isn't he hurt? He's
Yeah, I was
clinched
gonna
up
say,
his
he's not
wrist.
gonna
And
Is he? I don't know.
The
Oh, yeah, he had surgery on it. I mean,
tonight's game, 7:20 Central Time. The Chicago Bears at the Houston Texans.
Houston.
Houston.
Yes, Houston.
H-Town, baby.
I want the NFC North to lose, except for the Lions.
Caleb Williams cries on national TV tonight. Mark it down.
Prime time, yeah.
His
The
mommy.
over-under on that.
But
All right.
Houston -6. Are you talking about him crying?
Yeah,
Over-under?
Yeah.
I'd say it's pretty high.
Pretty good
All right.
chance.
Well, big game in Detroit for us. We have a veteran and a police officer in our seats, so
Oh,
look
yeah.
for some photos here. Hopefully, by kickoff, they start setting photos. We'll see.
Oh, that's right. I had a
Yeah.
request. If Detroit Tigers do make the playoffs, we need a new lineup readout from Aaron.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, for sure.
And if they don't make the playoffs, then I'm going to switch it over to football or
Yeah,
something.
I'm do
So
the football thing. That'll be more.
I'll just keep rolling it every
Yeah.
season, change it up, but we'll see.
Even the
we can start
Pistons.
trading all their players
Uh,
away.
Man, the Pistons are
We
rough.
don't mention that name.
Man,
We don't
this
talk.
Gore dude's an idiot, man.
You can't be good at all sports at the same time. Unless
Look, I'd be happy with just one. That's not true, because if the Tigers make the playoffs, the Lions have to win the Super Bowl. It's a Super Bowl or bust this year, man. Let's face it. It has to be. It literally has to be, because if they screwed up this year, man, it just gets nothing but harder and harder.
Yeah, pressure gets bigger.
They screwed the pooch last year. Last year should have been it, but
they got their feet wet. They got some experience, and
and grow up. Yes, just whatever you do, please don't be the Buffalo Bills.
4 in a row.
4 in a row, man. I just watched I don't know if it was some kind of documentary. I don't know if it was while I was sick last month. I don't know if it was 30
It's
or
30 for 30.
It was. Man, that was interesting as hell, man.
Unless you're a Buffalo Bills fan.
Yeah, unless you're a Buffalo Bills fan, and you're like, oh, shit.
All
right. Does anybody else got anything? I got to get to the grocery store before noon. Grocery store and back by noon.
Basketball's in like 3 weeks.
Yes.
I got to go hang uniforms. They've been washed, now I got to hang them to dry.
Nice.
Hey.
Get them ready for that next win.
Yep. Yeah, and I have 3 full sets because it was so hot at the gyms we were playing at. We went through 3 full sets of uniforms this week. It's 20 people on a team that you can do the math on how many I'm having to deal with.
This is not a math podcast.
You don't have a
60.
You don't have a manager that you can have do the laundry?
Well, you'd think one of my 2 assistant coaches might help out, but
that's why he called you up last week. He's hoping he could recruit you. He needs a good jersey washer.
Put me to work, man. I'll wash jerseys.
Yeah, there you go. You don't even have to dry them; just put them on hangers and let them dry.
Oh, nice.
Oh, man.
But I think you should roll with the military appreciation jerseys the rest of the way out.
Well,
good
it's
luck.
going to be up to the captains. If they want to wear them, they'll wear them. They like these jerseys because usually, like, we've done a couple of other like fundraising things. We had we did one for autism awareness that Rich has one of those jerseys. He bought it after, and so instead of the digital camo, which you saw on the sleeves of the white jersey, it was the puzzle piece, the autism puzzle pieces.
Yeah.
And then we've also done Dig Pink, but those jerseys, I didn't buy them like our Nike jerseys, which are really expensive jerseys. So the kids really didn't like the way they feel. These jerseys, they like the way they feel. So that's why they have no problem wearing them.
Feel good, play good.
That's right.
Yeah.
You're not playing with your uniform. You can just play with you can just play the game. So. All right, guys. Thanks for having me. And
yes, thanks for jumping on there, buddy.
Absolutely.
No worries. Go Lions. And
yes. Big game today. I love Sundays now during
oh
football
my gosh,
season.
me too. That's why I was like, I
amazing.
was at the grocery store and I'm like, oh my God, I got to go wash uniforms. So
yeah,
hustle into Boston, get them washed, and hustle back home.
Man, I can't wait till 12 o'clock, man. This is great. Week 2. Let's go.
Yep.
All right. See you later, Scott. Before we shut down, before we shut it down, I just want to remind everybody the swag link is in the description. Go ahead, buy some swag. Look at this dope ass logo, and you'll be helping sending a veteran, a first responder, a Gold Star family member to a sporting event while doing so, while looking awesome. All right. Thanks a lot, guys. We'll see you next Sunday for week 3. Go Lions.
Go Yanks.
Boo.